Look, here is the bottom line, and I think Amy just said it better than I can. This is the most important election, not just in our lifetimes, but in the history, modern history of the United States of America. And that's just the simple truth. Do you really want to continue having a president who is a pathological liar, who lies every single day? And whether you are a progressive, as we are, or a moderate or a conservative, do you really want your kids to be exposed to somebody who does not know the difference between a lie and the truth? I don't think you do. Do you want to have for 4 more years a president who rejects science? And that means that as a result of his rejection of science, we have more per capita deaths from COVID-19 than any other major country on earth. And it is surging right now all over this country precisely because there is no national leadership from Washington. As we speak, Trump is holding rallies with his supporters where they are all tight together, no social distancing, and they're not wearing masks. What an example to give to the country. And when you reject science, you don't understand that climate change is an existential threat to Nevada, to Vermont, to America, and to the whole world. And that's who Donald Trump is. And then on top of all of that, you got a president who does not believe in democracy. Can you imagine having a president of the United States when asked, well, are you going to leave office peacefully if you lose the election? He doesn't give a clear answer. It's a president who doesn't understand or believe in the Constitution or the rule of law. A president who is a racist, a sexist, a xenophobe, a homophobe, and a religious bigot. So this election is enormously important, not just for ourselves, but for our kids and future generations. Trump must be defeated. And to do that, Joe Biden needs to win Nevada. And that's what this afternoon is all about. To tell all of you that your vote is enormously important. Nevada is a battleground state. Trump could win Nevada unless you come out to vote. So what we have got to do in the next 17 days is not only come out and vote ourselves, we've got to bring our friends and our co-workers and our family members, everybody we know, to come out to vote. And as Amy mentioned, sometimes people are like, well, an election, who cares? What difference does it make? Well, it makes a profound difference. If you are a worker in Nevada making starvation wages, Joe Biden and I in the Senate, we're going to raise that minimum wage to $15 an hour. We're not going to allow women to make 80 cents on the dollar compared to men, equal pay for equal work. We're going to make it easier for workers to join unions. Unions in Nevada are enormously important. I want workers all over this country who want to join a union to be able to do that without corporate opposition, illegal opposition. We're going to rebuild our crumbling infrastructure and build millions of units of affordable housing and put people to work doing that. I was to Nevada not so long ago and talked to people who are dealing with a terrible problem of homelessness in your state. We need to build affordable and low-income housing in Nevada and Vermont and all across this country. And that's what we will do if Biden is elected and if we can get a Democratic United States Senate. We need paid family and medical leave. We are the only major country on earth not to guarantee paid family, medical, and leave. Joe Biden supports 12 weeks so that when your kid gets sick, you can stay home and not worry about being fired. When you have a baby, you can stay home with your baby rather than have to go back to work in a week or two. Joe Biden believes that we should make public colleges and universities tuition free for working class young people and go a long way to begin the process of canceling student debt. Joe Biden understands that we cannot continue paying the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. And together we're going to take on the greed of the pharmaceutical industry and make sure that Americans don't pay higher prices than any place else in the world. So this is an enormously important election for so many reasons. And we cannot sit it out. There is no excuse. You got to come out to vote. This is for you, it's for your kids, for your grandchildren, for future generations, for the sake of the entire planet, because we must get a handle on climate change. So, having said that, it is now my pleasure to introduce Brian Melendez. And Brian is the chair of the Nevada Statewide Native American Caucus. He's based in Reno. And what I will tell you, having been all over this country, is the way the federal government treats the Native American people is absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. And we are going to change that together. So